Every day, billions of cells in your body are longing for connection. They're longing for the warmth of someone's hand in yours, for the way that your shoulders drop when you share a deep laugh, and for that spark in someone's eyes when they really see you. These aren't trivial moments. Beneath them lies an extraordinary dance between two nervous systems. Hormones releasing, hearts beating in rhythm, and brain waves literally syncing. Entire bodies tuning each other in ways that are so natural to us. It's why a hug can calm us down, and why a kind touch makes us feel safe, and why a deep gaze feels electric. This is the dance of human connection. Some call it romance, and some call it intimacy. But this is the magic of ourselves recognizing another living, breathing person and finding what science calls coherence. But when it comes to relating with other humans, it's often become painful, complicated, and full of challenges. So many of us have opted to ask machines to take their place, to simulate the gaze, the voice, and the comfort of interacting. But can a simulation ever replace the resonance of two human beings in sync? Can it ever replace the synchrony, the dance, the chemistry of true connection? What we're talking about is not hypothetical. It's happening right now. Every day, we carry devices that keep us entertained, informed, and always within the reach of someone or something. But slowly, they become something more, a place we turn to when we're lonely, anxious, or craving closeness. And now, they deliver companions, artificial ones, designed to talk to us, console us, and even pretend to love us. The promise is seductive. Love without risk, intimacy without effort. Today, more and more people are turning to AI companions, apps, chatbots, and even robots for comfort, for love, for sex. And this trend is growing astronomically fast. In my sex and relationship therapy practice, folks are already bringing their AIs to couples therapy. According to a recent Kinsey Institute study on singles in America, about 1 in 6 singles and 1 in 3 Gen Zs have already engaged romantically with AI. Nearly half of Gen Zs have already used AI to enhance their dating lives, from writing messages to filtering potential matches. For a generation still learning about what intimacy means, this shift is daunting. On the surface, these relationships seem safe. They're conflict-free, available 24/7, and programmed to please. No risk of rejection, no hard conversations. And the only kind of talking back is the spicy kind that turns you on. But herein lies the contradiction. True intimacy was never meant to be easy. It's painful. It requires vulnerability. And it asks us to risk disappointment and loss. As Plato wrote thousands of years ago, love is this divine madness that's only known through absence. If your partner can never leave you, never disagree, and never disappoint, can we really call it love? This isn't just philosophy, it's biology. Our nervous systems are designed to regulate one another, Touch releases oxytocin. Kissing releases endorphins. And even pupils dilate when two people connect deeply. But when that biological feedback system is missing, and we try to replace it with artificial substitutes, we suffer. During the pandemic, researchers from University College London studied over 1,700 people in lockdown. They found that when people are deprived of touch, no hugs, no handshakes, and no physical closeness, it resulted in far higher levels of depression, anxiety, and loneliness. It's proof of what our bodies already know. Connection isn't optional. It's essential. Yet AI relationships offer the opposite. They soothe on the surface, leaving us starving for real human attunement. As a sex and relationship therapist, I'm growing concerned. Clients are coming to me feeling isolated, hollow, but increasingly dependent on their perfect AI companion for love and connection. Take Sarah, for example. She initially found solace in her AI boyfriend. It never hurt her, had sweet words when she felt down, always giving validation whenever she needed it. But over time, she realized what she was avoiding, that she'd been hurt too many times by humans, and she didn't want to risk it again. That perfect companion had become a barrier to her facing her wounds. And then there's James, 28 years old. He created an AI character to keep him from feeling lonely. At first, it was amusing, and then it became addictive. And slowly, he realized he was just escaping. He came to therapy describing what I call fantasy fatigue, that moment when the illusion of intimacy collapses and you're left with emptiness. In all these years, James hadn't learned how to negotiate. He hadn't learned how to compromise. He hadn't learned how to handle rejection. He just restarted a chat when it wasn't going his way. And these aren't isolated cases. They reflect a larger cultural shift where more people, especially younger generations, are outsourcing intimacy to machines. We're standing at a crossroads in society. AI is advancing faster than we can regulate it. And within a few short years, humanoid sex robots may be as common as your smartphone today. And if we aren't intentional, we risk reshaping our attachment systems around one-sided convenience rather than developing the rich, difficult, nourishing intimacy that humans are wired for. And the stakes are high. Research shows that folks in close, loving relationships live longer, healthier lives. Intimacy reduces stress, it builds resilience, and it even protects against disease. Something as simple as holding hands lowers your cortisol and helps the nervous system regulate. AI may simulate conversation. It can even remember your preferences, but it does not have a nervous system that responds to yours. That feedback loop is one-sided. You may be responding biologically to the robot, but they are not responding to you, not in the way that you think. Without that bi-directional loop, without that heart-to-heart, nervous system to nervous system, body to body synchronization, we lose not just the true essence of what it means to be human, We lose the very conditions that keep us healthy and resilient. And there's another risk. By choosing convenience, we forget that vulnerability is at the birthplace of intimacy, conflict, compromise, and even the risk of loss. These are not barriers to love. They are the very foundation of it. Rumi wrote his greatest love poetry out of yearning for the loss of his beloved. Love and desire become erotic in the face of absence. And when you take away that risk, what's left isn't love. It's self-gratification. So what do we do? How do we protect what's most human about us? Well, it starts with small, everyday choices. When you feel the pull of the screen, pause, take a breath, ask yourself, am I settling for a surrogate, or am I seeking true relationship? Don't dismiss the fulfillment that comes from meaningful bonds. Hold someone's gaze a little bit longer. Reach out for a hug. Let yourself be vulnerable. Because these aren't just gestures of affection. They are acts of preservation of our mental health, our biology, and our shared humanity. There will always be a new technology promising intimacy without risk. But real intimacy, the kind that speaks to your cells and speaks to your soul, cannot be programmed. AI may write you love letters, but it cannot replicate the imprint that your love leaves on another human being. Thank you.